Hey guys, this is Casual, and welcome to a NerdHammer.net battle report. This is round 3 of the Winter Wars here. We fought in January of 2015. Round 3 after my horrible loss, horrible win. Horrible loss, excellent win? I don't know. I find myself against Phil from NerdHammer.net, who, if you remember from the Slovenia tournament, I think he plays 3rd overall. He's a good friend of mine, and him and I don't play as much as I play some of the other guys, but here we find ourselves on the same table, and it's his light council with double steam tank, and I am definitely worried about this one. But it's Nerdhammer Civil War, so when you play your brother, you gotta come with everything you have because you gotta see what you're made of. So here we go. On my left side, there's a forest there, there's a hill there. This is all impassable. I put my skull cannon, tuck pin cars in the corner like I'm so accustomed to doing. My clean magic unit, I'm going to try to use them as an objective grabber. What the objective is for this game is we have 3 objective markers. You place them on the board and you can take them off the board edge and get points for them. If you watch me and Anthony's battle reports, you see this kind of a lot. This is a scenario that's popular at Crossroads and a couple other places that we play. It's a pretty cool scenario. I think it's neat because the objectives really matter. If you take them off the back edge, it's 400 victory points. That could really swing games. So they are kind of important, and the cool part is you can pick up your opponents too to keep them away. So there's a lot going on in the game, but you always have to be mindful of these objectives because they can definitely make a difference. I have my Seekers that I actually vanguarded back over here so that I can help support one of these objectives as I see fit. Got a building in the middle of the hill over here, Furies, and the rest of my might is on this side of the table. I really like the Flamers out here on the flank. I think they can cause some havoc, so we're going to see how that all works out. And on his side, he has a level 4 of life and a level 4 of light with 2 other light wizards for his light council. He's the altar. This is a really tough matchup for me. Double steam tank. I'm not really afraid of steam tanks as long as I can get a soul grinder in there. That's going to be a grind, but as you've seen in previous reports, I'm really happy with how soul grinders perform against steam tanks. You have Capticus up here on the hill with his steam tank griffins or demigriffs. We're altar tucked in behind. Small unit of 6 knights. I love the way he runs these nice units. I think they're just such a versatile little unit. Big block of halberdiers in the center. His light council in with an archer detachment. His BSB's in there with the halberdiers. Another steam tank, and he's flanked by another unit of 3 knights. Little forest here. Here's his objectives, pretty close to each other. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. And Empire gets first turn, so Capticus comes over here threatening my skull cannon, and the rest of the center moves up pretty aggressively. I think he's going to go in house here with the halberdiers, but halberdiers in house is just going to be an issue for me. I'm never going to get the points for them, so I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to deal with that. And yeah, the rest of his lines push up. I stop his banishment on my soul grinder, and he gets gems off here on the pink horrors and kills 3 pink horrors. He knows this is my gateway unit, so he's trying to go at them full force. And his cannon misfires and takes 3 wounds, which is absolutely awesome. So turn 1 demons. The steam tank came up a little too far, and the soul grinder was able to make a charge. He passes dangerous terrain, and I really like that. It already has 3 wounds on it, so I'm gonna just try to push some wounds through. I charged something into his knights. It might have been my plague drones because I think I needed like an 8 flying, which is awesome. But he decides to flee with them, which is a pretty smart move. The rest of it looks like this. These Seekers come up, pick up this objective, and my skull cannon lines up a shot, and I shoot at his war altar. I think No, I'm not sure where I shoot yet. So this is the rest of my movement. I bring the Furies up to chaff up the Demigryphs. If he goes in there, he's going to overrun. If he overruns, he's going to go right into my Keeper, and I'm really excited about the Keeper against the Demigryphs. I think that is a pretty good matchup. With the Eternal Blade, I can really bust through that armor. I'm hoping that will work out for me. The Beast I said here, just trying to figure out what he's going to do with his Halberdiers. Yeah, so that's how that's looking. Set up my other Furies to try to chaff up the Steam Tank if he's trying to roll forward. And on the right side, I bring my Furies up, or my Flamers up, to take shots at his Knights and try to get them in a position to threaten this Archer bunker. And my Steam Tank, or my Skull Cannon, goes off, hits his Arc Lector on the War Altar, and does 5 wounds to his War Altar, and now his Arc Lector is just on the ground without a mount, so that's pretty awesome. That was a good shot by the Skull Cannon. And there's just another picture of it, apparently. And over here, I get a Feebling Foe. I was trying to cast a couple spells to limit this Steam Tank. The only thing I get through is Enfeebling Foe, and it really doesn't do too much. But I do get 2 wounds on the Steam Tank, so has 5 wounds left. It's not too bad. Turn 2 Empire. His Demigryphs do go into the Furies, so I'm hoping that he's either going to reform or overrun into the Keeper. And in a surprise, he takes his Halberdiers around the building and into my Beast. I'm pretty happy with that. I know the Beast will chew through them. I'm not sure how much his BSB will be in effect in that, but they do have one of their objectives, so I'm hoping this is a grind. I won't have to support this battle until much later, so I'm hoping that I can take care of the Demigryphs and then maybe get to the Halberdiers later. Up here, he takes his Knights into my Furies, which I'm okay with. At least I'm chaffing up something. And his Knights do rally and reform to face that direction. And Capticus goes into my Skull Cannon. I just couldn't get him back far enough. Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to go. I have decent armor. So does he. So we'll see how that works out. And he brings his other Steam Tank over here and reposition his archers like that. And notice anything missing from this picture. So he has 8 dice. He 6 dice banishment at the Keeper. I dispel it with, I think I had 7 dice. So banishment, I dodge it. Excellent. He 2 dice is Shems. It goes off. Okay, 2d6. Boxcars him. Brutal. So he does 7 wounds to the Keeper. I'm like, alright, well, I got 5 aboard save. All I got to do is save 2. Save 2? Yeah, save 2. And I don't save any, and she's dead. So the Keeper is down and out. Keeper I absolutely needed, because I don't know. The Soul Grinder is going to be stuck on the Steam Tank probably for a while, and the only other thing I could really go against Demigryphs is the Soul Grinder. So, here we go again with my backup casters. I'm going to need Gateway to come through, and I don't feel like I'm in a really good position now. I'm like, man, losing the Keeper that quick, just brutal. To a Shems too, of all things. One of my Furies actually punk a Knight. That was awesome, but they pop. And over here, yeah, Beasts do some work. They only take 1 wound and they took off. Woo! Look at all those Halberdiers dying. So yeah, that worked out pretty well. Over here, Skull Cannon gets 1 wound through on Capticus, and I think that makes it a push with his charge. So he's gonna be stuck there for at least another turn. Turn 2 Demons. Bring the Flamers over to shoot at his Knights here. I bring these pink cars up to grab this objective, and the way his archers are positioned, I had a flank charge with my drones that was actually pretty makeable. Now, granted, I would have only gotten like 1 drone in contact the way I would have had to clip, but with a flank, a banner, and a drone, just hitting archers, that could have been a bad situation for him. So he decides to flee, knows that's a pretty far distance, and he has good leadership around to rally. So, yeah, the Light Council's on the run, but I think they're pretty safe. Yeah, so there's his distance for that flee. They actually have an objective marker also, so they can seriously consider just pulling it off the backboard for, I think it's 100 points off the back. So yeah. Over here, I decided to take the Seekers into the rear of Capticus. I know they're probably not going to get any wounds through on them, but I'm going to have a charge, a rear, and a banner. I'm hoping that I can swing that combat and just break Capticus and hopefully run him down with all the Swift Stride that I have there in that unit. And over here, what happens was we got ahead of ourselves and we forgot to fight the battle with the Soul Grinder against the Steam Tank. So we go back, we fight it. The Soul Grinder punks the Steam Tank, and so he lets me reform. I face his Demigryphs. I charge his Demigryphs on my turn. I do 3 wounds to Demigryphs, nothing back to Soul Grinder. They break, they roll 12 to get out of the way. I don't catch them with the Soul Grinder, and that's where it sits right at the moment. So, yeah, so that's what happened there. After combat here, he does 2 wounds to the Seekers. I'm not sure if this was a push or not, but everyone sticks around. I think Capticus still has 2 wounds left. So, Beast against Halberdiers. I have 22 attacks hitting on 4s with poison, and that's my roll. Yeah, way to go, Beast. Yeah, that's brutal, isn't it? I don't think that's odds. No, that's definitely not odds. Upside down picture, so I think I lost combat there and I take 2 wounds. Another upside down picture. Over here, this battle's raging on. Down to 1 Seeker left, and yeah, not looking good. Empire, yeah, he flank charges my beast with his knights. What I decided to do is challenge with that beast, so his captain had to come over, so it negates all their attacks against that unit. Just more flexibility of how good the beasts are. He brings his Steam Tank up here, skirts this gap because he knows the Soul Grinder would love to go into him. So that's pretty nice. And then this happens on my turn. So my Soul Grinder decides to charge the Demigryphs. His Demigryphs were about in this area, and his Light Council who rallied was like right here. So he decides that he wants no part of the Soul Grinder and decides to flee. Okay, so they flee. Soul Grinder passes redirect into his Light Council, and he decides to flee that one too. I'm like, oh, you're getting really close to the edge, man. And so they don't run off the board, and so the Soul Grinder is going to be, stuck, can't declare any more charges. But he forgot about these guys right here. These guys charged Demigryphs off the board. I passed my Leadership 7 redirect. I needed 16 inches to get into the Light Council, and passed the redirect, charged them, they flee off the board. Yeah, Phil hasn't played in about a month and a half, so I think he's a little rusty. Yeah, that just was epic lapse, and it's going to mean the game for him. Just reforming my guys here. Steam Tank has some wounds on him. I think I got a gateway off on him. Did 7 wounds to him, which is absolutely excellent. Capticus over here takes a wound, so this is still raging. Over here we're stuck in the challenge. Turn 4. This is Empire. Bringing his knights over to get a little closer. Moving a Steam Tank. Just trying to get out of any shenanigans with the Soul Grinder. After combat, he does finally get my last Plague Bearer and reforms like this. I think he's about trying to get back into that building, try to save the points for those guys. And over here we punk Capticus. I think it was actually my mount gets a poison attack through. It's just strength 3 armor piercing. He has a 1-up and he fails. So Capticus is dead. We're facing his knights now. Turn 4 demons. I decided to charge the knights here, tried to break them, get them out of the way. I move my exalted flamer over here to flame, hopefully, either shoot at the building or flame them. Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work. I actually dropped this objective to pick it up with these guys. I think I might be able to pick that up and get off the board before the end of the game. And this is my gateway unit, which I need to be shooting and not running away. So that's why I did that. Over here, I take the Skull Cannon into the Knights, and I get treason up on these guys and bring the Soul Grinder over. My hope here is if I break this unit, they're going to panic with treason on them, and that should be good to go. I didn't keep taking pictures because Phil seemed a little upset with the way the game went. But what ended up happening, I got both. We called it. I got both guys off the edge of the table. I didn't get the other objective off in time. So that's the way it ended. It was a massacre for me. Phil, yeah, he just had a lapse in judgment there, and being in a tournament, he knows we're not going to take back anything. So yeah, that's just the way it worked out. 23 win for the Demons. After I lost the keeper, I thought it was game over. I still had some tricks up my sleeve, and that's what I think about this list. The keeper is definitely a major factor in the list, but there is backup. There is Gateway, there is the Soul Grinder. He can do so much. He's so versatile. And you still have a Skull Cannon, you still have Beasts, you still have Plague Drones. It's just and you have Redirectors. It's just a really good, I think, balanced list for Demons, and it doesn't feel over the top. I don't think anyone looks at that list and says, "Wow, this is complete cheese." So yeah, I felt pretty good. As far as the tournament goes, 46 points overall, 2 massacres and 1 massacred. So I ended up actually 6th place overall. Not one Nerdhammer crew member took home an award. Alan was the only other one above me. I think he got 5th. And Daryl, the guy that I played first round, he actually ends up winning the tournament. And who got 2nd, which is another Demon player, the only other Demon player there. I didn't think there was going to be anybody. But if you saw Anthony's report with the pink and green Demons, he played 2 High Elf opponents and came in 2nd overall. He does have 12 Beasts of Nurgle in the army, which I think is definitely a huge help, but he just plays High Elves hard, man, and I got to take lessons from him because I can't do it. So, congrats to him. I think his name's Jay. I'm not 100% sure, but it was a great tournament. Rob ran the show, was constantly updating, the score and positions. Everything ran smoothly. The store owner was a little bit late getting there, and that was the only delay we had all day. There was hardly any rules disputes. It was just a great group of guys. We had 3 different clubs coming out to support our little event. We had a good prize pool. And we're just thankful for everyone to come out. It was a great event. Look forward to our GT coming up in July 10th and 11th. Sign-ups are live now. You can go to nerdhammer.net to sign up for that. Right now, tentatively, we're going to be using Swede Comp, depending on what happens with Warhammer in the next couple months. That is subject to change, but right now we're looking at Swede Comp probably between 8 and 14. So check it out, sign up. It's going to be near Hershey, down near Harrisburg in Pennsylvania. It's called the Keystone GT. You can check out all the information on our site. And thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. I think what you're going to be seeing from me in the next, month or 2, I'm getting ready for the ETC event that will be Spring Crossroads, and I am looking to paint up my Empire and have them finished for that. So if not, back burner will probably be Demons. I have to take a good look at Swede and see what I can pull up. Or not Swede, it's ETC. See what I can make with an ETC list. But yeah, so more battle reports coming, more stuff on the way. And thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.